people's emergencies. Before their feet touch the floor, their attention is already overdrawn. They grab for hope, yet hope without a target is a dull, harmless blade. The few who win treat dawn like a private forge. While the sky is still ink blue, they heat a single thought, hammer it into 10 clear words, and cool it in real ink. That small, silent ritual burns wandering thoughts into one white-hot beam and bends the next 16 hours to its light. Picture it: suburbs hushed, street lamps ticking off, birds undecided. You sit at the kitchen table with nothing but a notebook, a pen, and a slow breath. 50 tasks rush your mind's gate. Pay that bill, answer that email, pick up groceries, but you refuse every intruder. You inhale once, exhale slow, and carve a sentence. Draft chapter 3 before 10 a.m. Publish this year's book. 10 words, one outcome, one deadline. No metaphors, no wiggle room. When the ink dries, you feel an almost physical click inside your chest, as if an invisible gear has snapped into alignment. That click is your subconscious receiving its marching orders. Why does such a tiny act matter? Because a mind without a morning target becomes a public square. Any passing worry can set up a kiosk and shout through a megaphone. Napoleon Hill called the antidote the definite chief aim. He warned that people drift not from lack of talent, but from never pinning purpose to a wall. An unwritten goal is a ghost. It can't be measured, can't be obeyed, can't be finished. Ink gives it mass, gravity, inevitability. Yet Hill hinted at a second layer most victims of drift ignore: emotion. Writing alone plants the seed, but emotion waters it. You don't merely record the goal, you claim it. You read the line aloud, let the consonants vibrate against your ribs, feel blood answer word for word. Sound is how the conscious mind knocks on the subconscious door. Repetition is the password. A few syllables spoken with conviction become a magnet for ideas, resources, allies. Desire, transmuted into sound, programs the quiet giant that labors while you're not looking. Meet Clara, junior copywriter, cubicle gray, future dim. At 5 a.m. every workday, she scrawls a single line: land a Fortune 500 client by July 1st. She whispers it twice, folds the card, slides it into her blazer, and boards the subway. At 9, while colleagues sip coffee and complain about algorithms, Clara fires 3 bold pitches. 2 weeks later, a tech titan replies. Office rumor calls it luck. Clara knows better. Luck bows to pages written in silence. Tomorrow, the stage is yours. Beat the dawn. Leave the phone face down and mute. Let the digital river rage without you. Sit with pen and paper and ask one brutal question: what single result, if achieved today, drags my future closer? Write only one. Multiples dilute force. One concentrates it. When the sentence settles, speak it. Low voice, high conviction. Feel your spine rise. That's authority returning to its throne. Guard this ritual. Miss a morning and the aim blurs. The world's noise floods through the crack. Keep the vow daily and the dam walls thicken. After 30 dawns, the act feels less like a decision and more like breathing. Goals will evolve. Challenges scale up, yet the mechanism remains unchanged. One line, written early, spoken aloud, attacked first. In part 2, we'll build the war plan, how to slice distractions, position deep work where willpower is freshest, and turn that single sentence into visible victory before lunchtime. For now, remember, the page is waiting, the ink is ready, and destiny starts its shift at sunrise. Arrive early, write your one goal at dawn, and let every email, opinion, and obstacle fall into rank behind it. The sentence is inked and alive. Now you must drive it from page to proof before the sun hits its peak. This is where most dreamers stall. They write the vow, feel a surge of purpose, then let the world hijack the cockpit. The phone lights up, Slack pings, a coworker waves, the kettle whistles, hours leak. That single goal becomes another dusty trophy in the attic of intentions. To prevent that fate, you need a morning war plan built on 3 pillars: front-loading focus, engineering friction, and weaponizing closure. 1. Front-load focus. The 90-minute fortress willpower is a melting ice cube. Use it while it's solid. Block the first usable slice of your workday, ideally the moment you reach your desk, as a fortress session. 90 minutes, door shut, phone exiled to airplane mode in another room. Headphones on, ambient playlist, no lyrics. Browser trimmed to one tab. The document, the code file, the canvas that births your goal. Tell teammates in advance, I'm dark from 7:30 to 9 sharp. No apology. Professionals protect production. During this window, you're not reactive, you're radioactive, emitting energy only in the direction of that 10-word sentence. 2. Engineer friction. Make distraction. Expensive. Action cheap. Procrastination is an economist. It chooses the cheapest path. Your job is to raise the price of distraction and discount the price of progress. Night before. Open the exact file you'll need. Place reference books within arm's reach. Draft the email subject line. Fill the coffee carafe. Set out a clean mug. By contrast, bury temptations behind micro-obstacles. Sign out of social media, log out of shopping sites, mute group chats, hide the TV remote. Each extra step is a toll gate. Laziness prefers the toll-free road. Your goal. 3. Weaponize closure. 2 physical tasks, 1 visible win. A sentence in ink must translate into muscle memory. Break the goal into 2 tangible moves that can be checked off today. Example, goal, draft. Chapter 3 before 10 a.m. Task 1, write a 3-point outline, 20 minutes. Task 2, draft 800 raw words, 70 minutes. No more, no less. 2 is surgical. Enough to define progress, few enough to forbid drift. When task 2 lands, declare the session closed. Stand, stretch, tick the box in your notebook. That tick mark is more than bookkeeping. It is a shot of dopamine, proof that your subconscious kept its oath. The brain will chase the feeling again tomorrow. Habit is forged in the furnace of closure. 4. Deploy the compass. Question. Even fortified, focus wavers. Resistance arrives disguised as reasonable. Another coffee, quick glance at headlines, just 5 minutes of chat. The moment you sense drift, palm the goal card and ask, does this next minute serve the sentence? A yes grants passage. A no reroutes you inside 5 seconds. Decision fatigue evaporates. There is only alignment or deviation, nothing in between. Schedule the world after the win afternoons belong to email volleys, meetings, reactive fires. That's fine. Once the fortress has fallen, you can rejoin the village. But never swap the order. If an unavoidable morning meeting appears, start earlier or split the session across dawn and lunch, still guarding 90 cumulative minutes. Compromise on sleep before you compromise on the vow. Bodies adjust. Broken promises breed rot. 6. Log, celebrate, reset. When the goal is complete, capture the evidence. Screenshot, word count, sent mail receipt, saved design file. Store it in a simple daily wins folder dated by year and week. At week's end, scroll the folder. Watch 7 digital footprints march in a line. Celebration here is quiet, maybe a 30-second grin, a glass of water held like a toast to nobody. The power lies in acknowledgement, not in noise. You have now turned 10 words into kinetic proof. Tomorrow you will repeat, and the day after, until strangers call it discipline, and you know it as breathing. In part 3, we'll widen the lens, stacking 5 dawn sentences into a weekly staircase and welding 13 staircases into a quarterly tower. For now, sharpen the blade tonight, wake before the world, and let the 90-minute fortress turn ink into impact. Your single-sentence ritual now fires like clockwork, and each fortress session turns ink into evidence. But days are bricks. Success is a cathedral. To raise stone beyond eye level, you must stack dawn sentences into deliberate layers, weekly staircases, quarterly towers, an annual skyline. Otherwise, today's triumph becomes tomorrow's orphan. impressive yet disconnected. This part forges the architecture that welds daily sparks into a continuous blaze. 1. The weekly cathedral sheet. Sunday sunset, not sunrise. Brew something strong, clear your desk, open one page, titled 7-Day Cathedral. Write 5 dawn sentences, Monday through Friday, each one a stare that supports the next. Monday might read, outline Chapter 4 by 9 a.m., Tuesday draft. Chapter 4, first draft by noon. Wednesday, revise Chapter 4 with line edits. Thursday, research case studies for Chapter 5. Friday, outline Chapter 5 before lunch. 5 lines, no filler. If a sentence doesn't push the project ahead, slash it. Leave weekends unscripted. Rest or catch up is their job. Tape the cathedral sheet beside your monitor. Every dawn, you still rewrite the day's line by hand. Fresh ink equals fresh ownership. But the sheet ensures all 5 arrows fly toward the same bullseye. 2. The quarterly lighthouse card zoom out again. 13 weeks form a campaign. Give the campaign a single commanding sentence. Your quarterly lighthouse. Launch beta to 50 paying users by 31st March. Print it on a thick card, laminate, carry it everywhere. When you draft the Sunday sheet, hold the lighthouse over each candidate's sentence. If the line doesn't nudge the quarter's beacon, it doesn't enter the week. Period. Hill warned that drifting minds confuse movement with progress. The lighthouse prevents motion sickness. One glance recalibrates direction instantly. 3 shock absorber protocol. No chart survives the marketplace. Servers crash, toddlers cough at 3 a.m., investors ghost. Rather than surrender streaks to chaos, install a 3-line shock absorber. Name the hit, flight delay, ate my fortress session. Extract 1 lesson, schedule remote hotspot contingency. Rewrite tomorrow's dawn line to include the fix. 3 lines, 2 minutes. The ritual keeps momentum unbroken. Setbacks become upgrades, not excuses. 4. The chain of certainty. Wall commitment fades without scoreboard. Print a big monthly wall calendar. After each completed dawn goal, slash a bold red X. 7 X's forge a streak. 4 streaks complete a month. When motivation thins, stand before the wall. Evidence towers higher than emotion. Hill wrote, persistence outwits resistance. Your red chain is persistence made visible. 5. Friday audit and micro celebration. Friday, 4 p.m., review the cathedral sheet, highlight wins in green, circle spills in orange, migrate them consciously, never by default. Spend 5 minutes gratitude for 1 lesson the week taught. Close the ritual with a micro celebration, a sunset walk, a favored tea, 5 pages of guilt-free fiction. Victory acknowledged becomes victory repeated. 6. Recursive simplicity daily, weekly, quarterly, annual. Same mechanics, different altitude. Ink a single sentence. Speak it into the ribs. Strike before noon. Log the proof. Complexity whispers it can help. Discipline shows complexity the door. Keep the ladder clear. 1 line per dawn, 5 per week. 1 per quarter, 1 per year. Anything beyond is scaffolding you no longer need. 7. Invitation to the Builder's Circle. Tomorrow evening, draft your first 7-day cathedral. Post one of the 5 lines in the comments tagged number my cathedral step. Read 2 others. Reply with encouragement. Builders build. They also lift neighboring stones. In part 4, we'll tackle internal saboteurs, fear, fatigue, and the sneaky comfort cult, and install mental tripwires that force action even on gray, listless mornings. For now, pin your lighthouse above your desk, prime a blank calendar with fresh red markers, and let Sunday's quiet become the architect of Monday's roar. The skyline of your life is rising. 1 dawn, 1 sentence, 1 deliberate brick at a time. You've raised weekly staircases and fixed a lighthouse in the sky. Now the enemy changes shape. It moves from the inbox to the inside. Comfort whispers, fear disguises itself as logic. Fatigue dresses up as self-care. Hill called these opponents the 6 ghosts of fear. Builders today face updated specters, pop-up gratification, algorithmic comparison, dopamine drains. This section outfits you with mental tripwires that spring automatically when saboteurs sneak in. 1. Name the inner cabinet of resistance. Give your foes faces. Unnamed shadows grow myths. In a fresh spread of your notebook, draw 6 empty boxes and write, the snooze siren. 5 more minutes won't hurt. The scroll phantom. Just a quick check. The perfection prosecutor. Draft isn't good enough to start. The comparison kraken. They're already ahead, why bother? The pseudo-productive pixie. Organize folders again before real work. The self-pity sage. You deserve a break. Skip today. Recognition is 30% of victory. You can't outrun what you won't face. 2. Install the 60-second tripwire for each saboteur craft, a 60-second interrupt ritual. Short, physical, undeniable. Saboteur, tripwire, snooze siren. Feet on floor before brain argues. Splash water, count 5 deep breaths. Scroll phantom phone in kitchen overnight. Morning unlock code stuck on a sticky note taped to coffee maker after fortress session. Perfection prosecutor set 10-minute ugly draft timer. Keyboard must keep moving until buzzer. Comparison kraken close social apps. Open personal lighthouse card. Read aloud once. Pseudo-productive pixie. Ask, will this action appear in today's proof folder? If no, abort, self-pity. Sage 20 push-ups or 60-second wall sit. Convert pity into heat, then sit back down. A tripwire's power is speed. Decide once, act instantly. Debate never. 3. Leverage micro-commitments for low battery days. Not every dawn blazes. When sleep was short or chaos loud, shrink the sentence without shrinking the chain. Rule, goal may lose scope, never lose clarity. Example, write 1,500 words. Write 300-word scene outline. Still ink it, still speak it, still finish it. Momentum, greater than magnitude. Streak physics. An object in motion stores kinetic identity. Even tiny motion keeps the larger identity intact. 4. Transmute. Emotion into fuel hill, preached, emotion is energy. 2 alchemies. Fear, focus. Whisper worst case in one concise sentence. Follow with, and I can still, shitipo. Fear accepted shrinks. Mind freed returns to task. Anger, acceleration. 30-second breathing ladder. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4. Channel surge into typing, lifting, solving. The clock becomes the opponent. Emotion denied mutates. Emotion redirected magnifies. 5. The nightly reset, 3-line ledger. Before lights out, open a tiny ledger. 1 win, tangible proof, word count, email sent. 1 lesson, tweak for tomorrow, tripwire lag, energy dip. 1 gratitude, anchor mood, supportive text, quiet home, working lungs. Close notebook, whisper tomorrow's wake time, sleep. Ledger clears psychic cache. Subconscious enters maintenance mode, ready to execute at dawn. 6. Community armor, post tomorrow's 10-word sentence in a shared channel or comment thread labeled #Dawn Pledge. See 10 other pledges. Social visibility hardens resolve. Humans break promises to themselves before they break them to the tribe. Hill's master mind principle meets 2020's push notification culture. Use it. Integration drill tomorrow. Run a saboteur simulation. Intentionally set a phone notification to buzz during the fortress session. Observe which ghost arrives first. Scroll, pseudo-productive, etc. Trigger the matched tripwire within 5 seconds. Log success or lag in the nightly ledger. Simulation under calm turns reflex into armor under chaos. You now possess defenses for every invisible thief that raids the dawn. In the final part, we'll fuse everything: daily ritual, weekly cathedral, quarterly lighthouse, and the newly forged mental tripwires into a lifelong operating system that survives moves, promotions, pandemics, and parenthood. For tonight, list your 6 saboteurs, draft their 60-second tripwires, and sleep knowing the dawn will find you armed, not anxious. Your arsenal is stocked. One 10-word dawn ritual, a 90-minute fortress, weekly cathedrals and quarterly lighthouses, a shock absorber for chaos, 6 tripwires guarding the mind's gate. Now forge them into a single, unbreakable operating system, a living loop that carries you through relocations, layoffs, newborns, bull markets, pandemics, any season history decides to throw. 1. The dawn loop, wake, write, voice, strike, log, X mark. 5 verbs, 1 arrow. Recite them as your feet hit the floor. If a morning ever feels foggy, chant the verbs on autopilot. Muscle memory will drag mindset into alignment. Skip nothing. A missing log or X leaves a silent crack where self-trust leaks out. 2. The Sunday sync. Every Sunday, 2 pages only. Cathedral sheet, 5 new dawn lines. Ledger summary, copy key lessons from the nightly 3-line ledgers. 10 minutes and the compass is remagnetized. Leave longer planning to corporations. You are a builder, not a bureaucrat. The quarterly pulse check day. 1 of each quarter, ask 3 questions. Does my lighthouse still electrify me? Have my tools or resources changed? Which habit delivered the most leverage last quarter? If the lighthouse feels dull, rewrite it. If excitement remains, press harder. Adaptation beats blind persistence. The annual rebuild. Once a year, birthday, New Year's Day, or any symbolic date, tear everything down on paper, reread 12 cathedral sheets, 4 lighthouse cards, the wall calendar of excess circle patterns, what always worked, what always dragged. Draft a 1-page operating manual, V, year. Keep it simple. Core goal, key habit, primary tripwire, main reward. File last year's manual, tape up the new one. Evolution documented. 5. The fail-safe protocol. Even black belt systems shatter under perfect storms. Install a fail-safe. Trigger. 2 missed dawn sessions in a row. Action. Text a trusted ally. System breach. Call me in 1 hour. Don't let me negotiate. Recovery. Next morning, write a micro goal. 2 minutes or 200 words. Win small. Rebuild chain. Accountability outside your skull is leverage inside your skull. 6. Legacy mode. Teaching locks habit. The highest form of mastery is transfer. Mentor 1 person in the 10-word ritual, child, intern, friend. Walk them through a dawn, gift them a blank notebook, celebrate their first X. Once you teach it, you reinforce it. A concept explained is a concept engraved. 7. Closing command. The dawn is undefeated. It arrives whether you're ready or not, whether you deserve momentum or distraction. But dawn is neutral. It awards its power to whoever shows up with pen in hand. So tomorrow, beat the sun. Write the line. Speak it like a contract. Strike before the city blinks awake. Log the proof. Mark the X. Then share your sentence in the comments with # Dawn Goal. Read 2 others and press a thumbs up. That's a micro mentorship in 5 seconds. Subscribe if you're ready to spend the rest of your life 1 relentless line at a time. Like if tomorrow's pen is already on your nightstand. Ink is cheap. Silence is abundant. The only scarce resource is the will to combine them before the first bird sings. And now you have the system to make that will inevitable. Every day, every week, every quarter, every year, until strangers call your results luck and you smile, remembering the quiet scratch of a pen across paper while the sky was still purple.